It is finally nice out. I haven't really been doing a lot of filming. Has it been 1 week or 2 since I uploaded? Might have been 2. But I haven't been uploading because, I mean, I did some filming, but it just kind of felt like I was producing content just for the sake of producing content, which I try really hard to like avoid. I didn't feel like I had anything really interesting to talk about. You know, I mean, the tiny house is still like, you know, being finished. And because it's been raining, like we haven't been able to do any any work. Like, you know, you can't dig post holes or, you know, do really much else when it's raining. At the very least, if there's snow on the ground, you can, you know, chop some firewood or, you know, or whatever else. But like once there's like rain and like mud, it's just kind of like you can't really do, you know, much of anything. We've also been really busy with just our personal life, both good and bad things. Nothing too crazy, but Maui, one of the things that happened was Maui got sick last week, and so what had happened was his bladder had been leaking through one night, and when we woke up the next day, he was a bit more hesitant to get off of his bed, which that like doesn't happen. He's normally like, okay, let's go in the morning, and so the fact that he wouldn't get off of his bed was a little bit like suspicious to me. And so I finally coaxed him off of his bed, and his like little bladder had been leaking all evening, like all night. Poor guy. So that was a super big red flag to me. And the reason that we were so concerned right away was because Maui has pancreatitis. So he's not on any sort of medication or anything for it. He doesn't have to be. We just keep him on a low-fat diet and just like watch his like health and just watch what we're feeding him. We feed him low-fat treats, and he does get pig's ears, which are like super high in fat, but he gets them, you know, once every like month or so. So he's not getting them super often. So Maui was not feeling well, and then when we got to the vet, we had to like do some blood work and all that fun stuff. It turns out it was just a UTI, which, you know, if he didn't have pancreatitis, we probably just would have done like the urine sample and then just treated for a UTI. But because of his history of pancreatitis, we wanted to do the blood work. He's fine. His medication is all done now. I should have probably gotten some footage of us giving him his medication. Sadly, we did not. I did think of it one day of like filming it, but because it was so rainy, it's just, you know, I don't really think of filming a lot of my personal life that is outside of, you know, the property really. So I feel like I mentioned it one night and then I just like forgot. But basically what we had to do is we just wrapped his pill in like a little bit of peanut butter, and that way he couldn't like separate the pill from the peanut butter like in his mouth. And so he's fine. So he took all of his medication, which was great. We had to take like another urine sample and then send it to the vet. Haven't heard anything from the vet, assuming he's fine. Hi! Come here, buddy. Maui, come on. Come on, good boy. Good boy. Sit. Yeah. Hey, sit. Good boy. Yes, that's a good boy. Now that it is not raining like crazy, I'm hoping to do some like work this weekend on the property. We can show you a little bit of what we've been working on in and around the tiny house, and just like cleaning up the forest and, you know, making it look better, which is kind of a silly thing to say because, you know, you wouldn't really think that you want to like make your forest look better. But when you're doing a bunch of work around, you know, the forest in your house, so forests need to be managed. You have to manage them for, you know, trees. Trees need to be cut down periodically for, you know, if they're rotting or if they're leaning, or, you know, there's all sorts of things, and you need to manage your forest close to your house. That way you don't have, you know, trees collapsing on your house or something like that. So that's about it. That's been happening. Just lots of rain. Maui getting sick was like, you know, the biggest thing. And I did film last week. I filmed a like tiny house like tour, but it was on a really dark, like really rainy afternoon. I actually don't even think it was raining. It was just dark. And there's like scaffolding in my house, and you know, like it's not, you know, it's not as finished as I want it to be for a tour at this time around. It's really difficult to see a lot of the things because there's like a scaffold in the way. And so anyway, if you want to see the inside of the tiny house at this point in time, just let me know. Come on, Mao. Good boy. Good boy. Hello. Sit. Hey. That's a boy. All right. Come on. Come on. Come on. Mao, this way. This way. That's a boy. There's Maui, looking very pleased with himself. Buddy boy. Anyway, but there's a lot of things that are really coming up in the garden. Like, look, these are our peas, I do believe. But they're all coming up like crazy, which is awesome. This is the soil that we bought. We are actually working on growing our own soil. So next year we want to produce way more soil. And like we do have a compost pile going, but it's a little bit slow. So hopefully by next year we'll use much more of our own soil, because purchasing topsoil is expensive. And then look at the heart garden. Look at how nice it is. Some of the stuff has bloomed. Some of the stuff has yet to bloom. Like these flowers look like they're gonna be purple. They're gonna be so cool. And if we look in the heart garden, there is a whole bunch of mushrooms. So these are all mushrooms, and they're growing really everywhere in the heart garden, which is apparently a really good thing to have mushrooms all in your garden. Our tree has flowered. Got all these nice, lovely flowers. This one is our peach tree, I want to say. Oh look, you can see an ant crawling up the flower there. And then that tree obviously has a friend to help cross-pollinate it. Actually, there's a really, really nice butterfly right there right now. Let's see if we can get it. I don't want to go too close. I don't want to scare it away. Luckily, technology. It's just chilling there. I've been really enjoying watching the butterflies lately, because there's these blue ones too that are just absolutely beautiful. All right. Well, there's Maui over there, snapping at some bugs. Hey, buddy. Yeah. So our garlic, which has grown nice and tall, is not super happy. And you can tell because the leaves here are like yellowing. It's been too wet for it. So there's not much we can really do about it. We just have to sort of hope for some drier conditions. Kind of go from there. In this bed right here, I haven't shown it the last couple weeks really because there hasn't been anything, but these are our potatoes and onions. It's such a nice evening up here, even with the barking dogs. It's like so sunny, so warm. It's like, I think 20 degrees. It's not bad. These are lilies. So these are flowers. Well, they'll have flowers on them eventually. And then that's really about it. Raspberries are just like looking really nice. I haven't shown the strawberry patch in a while, but it's looking really nice. Hey, Maui. Good boy. But it's like, you know, the strawberries are like nice and perked up. And again, we have mushrooms growing. So this is a mushroom. Yep. And then, I'm sure you can guess what this is. Maui's eating grass. I watch him to make sure he's not eating the plants. There's this one too. Hi. Are you proud of yourself? Yeah, trouble. Trouble. There's a little bird in this pile somewhere. I think they're little ground birds. I think I've seen them before. They're kind of chittering a little bit. There's two of them. I'm gonna see if I can't. Oh, there it is. I finally spotted it. It's kind of blending in a little bit. There he is. These little ground birds are super cute. They're very small. Let's see if we can't get a bit of a closer shot of it. This one I've met before, and it is not shy. He's real cute. This bird is super cute. He's just right in this tree, but I don't really want to scare him away. He's a bit, oh. He's very cute. It's a very small, like, little ground bird. Oh, there he is. I wish I brought my other camera. I can zoom in more. But he's super, 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 super small. Like, he's really small. He's probably like, I don't know, 2 inches long. I'm not really sure what he's doing. Maybe he or she, maybe it's trying to attract a mate. I don't know, because it's just kind of standing there with its tail up and it's just chirping away. It's not facing me or anything, it's facing the other direction. For the record, Maui is really, really, really good with birds. He doesn't chase them at all. So much so that he is right here. I love this bird. It is so cute. But I don't want to get any closer to it because I'll just frighten it away again. All right, so this is the path leading to the tiny house. And so I started stacking, making these rocks along the pathways. But my partner has just been continuing it and growing it. These are all rocks that we dug out of the ground when we had to dig holes for the foundation. of the tiny house. And so here is just a pile of wood chips. And so we're going to like use this to spread around the yard and like the paths. We've been trying to make all sorts of piles, right? So like this will also be chipped with our chipper. Same with that pile over there. We also have a couple other piles on the other side of the tiny house somewheres. And these pallets are going to be for our woodshed. Our woodshed's not going to go here, probably, because it's a little close to those two trees behind there. It's also a little bit close to this tree. It's not like the worst. We probably could put it here, but I kind of talked about maybe putting it like over there a little bit, but we'll see. See what happens. So we're essentially like in my yard. And let's go see the garden over here. So this is just the little garden. This is my little garden. It's been a bit late to bloom because it doesn't get as much sun. Oh, but it looks great. The plants look pretty healthy and happy. And we don't have any bloomers yet, but we have a bunch of flowers, so. And we have kind of this dead spot in the middle, which I think I did plant one here, but maybe it just didn't come up, or I think I planted a couple of them, but it's possible it just didn't come up, or a squirrel dug it up, or who knows. Anything could have happened. And it's more than wet enough. It's so cute. Hi, bud. How you doing?